So hello everyone. Today I'm trying to show Plume, the mythical Plume, and this is a normal pre-release cigar, so it doesn't have that much age on it. Like it's less than a year for sure. And like I'm showing this just to show how a normal wrapper would look under a digital microscope. So because in a second I will show you a 22 years old and I think also a 40 years old cigar under a microscope, and you could see clearly some crystal formation. And this is just like as a, you could say, a standard, or like something to, so you could clearly see how things looks if it's not age or not. Of course, like the colors of wrappers and different stuff, leaf between leaf, it should be different. So let me put this down. Now this is a cigar that is 22 years old. You could see, wait a second, let me focus. So if you see the white dots, I'm not like they need to be more in focus. Sorry about that. So you could see like clearly that they are. So if you could see, there is like small white crystals on the wrapper. They are really small. Some cigars, like I tested around 10 cigars, especially the aged one. Like you could see here clearly that there is some type of crystal formation. Let me zoom in a bit more. So yeah, you could see that the white. You see that? That's plume. It depends between cigar and to cigar. Like not all cigars will produce eye visual. Like when you see the wrapper on this cigar, you cannot see the plume. But like under a microscope, yeah, there is some. But I think some cigars are gonna bloom more than others, to be honest. And that's the like that's the thing. You don't know if something will happen or not, like because it all depends on a lot of variables, and it's just, and for some people who will say like, oh, it's mold or something, like bacteria growth or something. Cigars, like people touch cigars. You're talking 300 hands, as one of the cigars named. So a lot of people are touching the cigars, and they go a lot and through a lot of troubles. And of course, they have some like bacteria or something on them, but they will not like grow, or they will just stay there invisible. And if you take a swab of them or something like that, you clearly are gonna grow them if it was the right condition. And I'm not saying you're not gonna find it. I bet 100%, like every cigar that you test for mold or bacteria, you're gonna have some type of growth. 100%, because they are everywhere. Like literally, if you swab anything, like you will find mold or bacteria, and you could grow them. So if you try to like find a study or not, yeah, you're gonna prove Plume is wrong. But I believe what my eyes see. So so this cigar doesn't have as much Plume, because I already smoked this. It's just like half a cigar, like the near the nub. This is a cigar that I haven't smoked. It's Romeo Giulietta from 1971. It's a Cuban cigar. Haven't smoked it yet. Ah, so this have 50 years of age on it. Wow. Like I feel bad just touching it, to be honest. And let me zoom out so we could find it. It doesn't show like signs of plume, but like as I like been able to see, there is a lot of small crystals that you will be able to clearly see under a microscope. So yeah, if you could see that, it's a beautiful scene to be honest. And it's like it's clearly like you could see crystals. Like that's the thing. Like, and I hope this finally, which I know it's not never gonna end. Like a discussion that will stay on for generation and generation. Like you could see crystals here, but hey, come on, you're never gonna convince someone who believes plume and mold exist because they probably thrown away something that is like had the mythical plume and they are mad now because people are. Yeah, I'm rambling now. I know. So you see, like clearly you could see crystals. Like that's not mold or. And I believe what my eyes see. So that's me. This is a 50 years old cigar. And the thing is, oils don't crystallize as fast as other things that crystallize, like sugars or salts. So it takes a long time, and it's really rare that you could find oil, like articles about oil crystallizing, or like research papers, because they're gonna crystallize, but they take so long, and by that time, usually some of them already like oxidize or like it's hard to preserve oils for that long. That's the back end of the cigar. Wow, that's a big one. So to me, if you don't believe what your eyes sees, then you're never gonna believe anything. To be honest, it's just all of it are in your head. So that's clearly crystals. Sorry to say that. That's big ones. Let me zoom out so you could see them all. Yeah, you could see that. Yeah. I hope this finally closed the case for Plume and the mythical Plume. Let's say you could see that. Like that's so clear. Like these are crystal. This is a 50 years old cigar. I'm not gonna send it to a lab or the Australian the study that they wanted to like to see if mold or bacteria or is it plume, because as I'm saying, they're gonna swipe a cigar. A cigar always gonna have something on it because everything has something on it. Literally, if you swipe the cleanest thing that you believe that is in your house or anywhere, you're gonna find mold and bacteria on it. That's just normal. This is how we live, and each cigar had been touched by a lot of people, like hundreds of people, till it's been made, and then transportation, and then how you stored it, and when you touched it, because your hand is filled with bacteria. It's not bad bacteria per se, but it's bacteria at the end, and mold is everywhere in the air. Like literally, if you leave petri dish where they grow stuff, microbial stuff, if you leave it all around the house and you leave it open, something will grow on it, even from the air only, not nothing being touched. So, like, if you take that side of like to prove the well, to prove how like is it mold or plume, the only way to see it clearly is under a microscope. That's the thing. You cannot just test it for that because that's not a way to do it. Anyway, I hope this finally does something to someone. This is a 50-year-old cigar, so I believe it's like not a lot of people gonna have something like this, and I'm really hesitant to smoke it. I wanna smoke it soon. I smoked a 60-year-old cigar. It was from the 1960, but I wish I done like watched it under a microscope also. I done 10 different cigars. I could make a whole like video series about that stuff I have. I had two cigars that arrived yesterday from 1980s, so probably they also have some type of plume on them. Some cigars will show like the oilier ones with time. If it was stored correctly, it's gonna show plume. So hope this finally end the discussion. Hope everyone have a nice day. Stay smoky. All right, we'll see you around.